Welcome to this week's video. This is a bit of a different one. This is a bunch of clips that didn't really fit or I didn't feel were good enough to go in any other video, and so well, they're going in this one instead. We're gonna go in reverse chronological order, so start with the thing that was most recent, and actually the video that was supposed to go up last week when you saw the video while I was gone for Thanksgiving, the Volvo off-roading, was a 0 to 60 of all my vehicles, these two motorcycles included, and well, they caused me problems. It was not the simple video that I was hoping it'd be, and so it didn't happen, and I made that edit instead. So yeah, let's just jump right into the footage, and I think you'll see pretty quickly what exactly went wrong. Welcome to this week's video. This week we're gonna be 0 to 60 testing all of my cars and motorcycles. That's 5 cars, maybe 4, I don't know if that Crown Vic's gonna do it, and 2 motorcycles. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna make some predictions. I think the fastest thing is gonna be my Goldwing. This thing's a 1500cc motorcycle and it is so fast. It doesn't run great though, so we'll see how it does. Second fastest I actually think is gonna be the XC70. Got a 5-cylinder turbo with I think 210 horsepower or something. It's pretty zippy, but mainly most of my cars are really slow. I think next is gonna be the Shadow. That's my other motorcycle. Motorcycles are really just pretty quick. And like I said, all my other cars are slow. Now this is where I'd put the Crown Vic if it were in working order, but it is not. So I think it's gonna be way down here. So instead, next I think is gonna actually be my partner's Kia. It's just a basic Econo box, but I still think it beats out the relics that are sitting behind me here in the shop. Next up's gonna be this here Oldsmobile. It's got a big old lazy V8 under the hood and it is slow, but I don't think it's quite as slow as my Subaru Loyale. This Loyale has almost identical specs, horsepower and torque-wise, to the Goldwing, but obviously it's a whole ass car. Then last, since it's broken, we're putting the Crown Vic. I don't even know if it's gonna be able to complete the run, and if it does, it only has second gear, so it's not gonna do great. I would start with the slowest thing, but it's about to get dark and I feel a lot safer riding these in the daylight, and so we're gonna start with the motorcycles. This is my 1985 Honda Shadow VT 500C, more commonly known as a Honda Shadow 500. This thing's quick, but it is a really old 500, so let's see how it goes. Oh boy, she dead. So you might notice that the motorcycle is not running yet and I'm putting on my gloves. The battery is dead and I cannot find my jumper, so we're gonna bump start this thing, which I have done before and I've kind of gotten good at. Well, that didn't work. Oh, almost. I look like a fool. It's almost like it just doesn't want to run. All right, we're gonna have to jump it. Okay, let's see if this thing will start so I can jump the other thing. Oh man. Really? Not off the Subaru's battery? Something's not hooked up. Oh, the copper's missing from this one. Now we got it. There we go. Now I can't stall it. This is the definition of reviving one turd with another turd. Almost. Oh, that's not good. That is really not good. There we go. Oh, uh-oh. All right, we are finally ready to get on the road. Jeez. As long as I don't kill this thing. As I was saying, well, one more bump start attempt can't hurt, right? Almost. What the heck? Oh, we got it. Don't die. Okay, let's go. What the? This was not the vehicle I expected to fail us today. Did I just blow a fuse?
Oh, well, that's come loose. I think this is our issue. This screw is loose. Huh. We might have blown a fuse still. Alright, so it does appear that this thing does still have power. It was just really dead. I think this battery is absolutely and completely shot. I'm going to leave it on the charger for a little bit and we'll come back to this thing. Hopefully it runs well. This thing, in history at least, has been one of my most reliable vehicles, but I haven't been riding it much recently, unfortunately. Well, there we go. Let's hope it doesn't die. If someone steals those while I'm gone, they probably need them more than I do. Oh, hey, it's even revving and everything? Holy smokes, I forget how fast this thing is. All right, we've had a false start. I need to go top off the air in this thing. Oh boy, we're going up a curb. Wish us the best. And we're going off a curb. Holy smokes, okay. Let's go fill up with some air in this thing and then get going. Uh-oh. I thought it was in neutral. No. And it's dead again. I don't feel safe on this thing, really, so we're just gonna do it and call it close enough without doing the calibration first. I don't feel terribly unsafe, but it's just not good. Coming up to the on-ramp here. All right, we're stopping, and now I just gotta make sure I don't stall it. I also gotta make sure I don't pull up in front of someone. All right, they're out of the way, I think. Let's go. And 3, 2, just as soon as I start moving. Holy smokes. That's 60, easily. Oh. Holy sh**. Holy sh**. Sh**. Thankfully some people are letting me in. I'm not gonna signal. All right, oh geez. Okay, there goes my phone. My phone is now on the ground. So that felt like it was on pretty good. Throw these in the trunk. Bye. There's his 60 again. I haven't mentioned, but I just remembered this thing doesn't really have much for the rear brakes. We're just gonna head home. This thing's gotta go. I'm gonna list it, I think, in a future video very soon. I want one of these, but I do not want this one.
So yeah, that's that. As for the motorcycles, this one just had a really dead battery. I put it on the tender and it started up a few days later, though now the tender appears to say the battery's dead. So just a second, and we'll see if that actually starts. And this thing is it's just sketchy. It doesn't have a smooth power band, so when you give throttle, it just doesn't really go until you're at full throttle, and then it goes really fast, and it's scary. It's scary enough having a bike with as much power as my Subaru Loyale has and torque, but it's even scarier when that power isn't reliable and the bike's just a sketchy mess, and I just don't want this thing. It's going up for sale. And yeah, I spent probably 3 hours trying to get these two things to go 0 to 60 and was unsuccessful largely and nearly lost my phone, and after that it was getting late and I just decided to scrap that video and come up with something else, which is what you saw. As for this thing, let's see if this thing's gonna make a liar out of me. Oh, no, it's just about starting up. Maybe a little bit of choke, it's cold out here. Oh yeah, no, it starts right up. So, like I said, this thing really is one of the most reliable things I own. Honda knows how to make an engine. As for the Goldwing, it'll start right up like you saw in the video, but it's just sketchy. I don't want it. I don't want this thing. I still think I want a Goldwing because I want a motorcycle with cruise control so I can ride it long distances no problem. And that doesn't really exist on anything aside from the Goldwing unless you come up to like really modern bikes that are just not in my budget. The next clip is actually probably one of the most interesting in this video. It's the install of the light bar on the Volvo XC70. If you were paying close attention to the video down to Moab, then you might have noticed that the Volvo had a light bar on it at one point. But then the next morning, the light bar was gone. That's actually thanks to a suction cup light bar mount that I have. And so I just need to wire up a connector to a car, and then I can just plug this light bar in, suction it to the roof, and it works on any car essentially. So yeah, let's get right into that install. All right, over here on the couch, I have a light bar wiring harness, some mounting hardware, and some connectors, and we're gonna go wire up a light bar. I don't have the light bar yet. It should be here in a couple hours via UPS, but I'm gonna go get started on that. Sorry if the camera angles are weird today. I've got the camera on a different tripod ready for the lake circuit. And this is the connector I've gone with. This part, which has rubber on it to seal it, is going to live on the light bar side of the connection. And so I'll just need one of these. And then every single car I want to be able to use with this setup will have this, so I can just take my little light bar setup with the wiring harness, come up to the car, plug it in, set it on the roof, suction cup it down, and then we will have light. Obviously there will be a little bit more steps, such as adjusting the light bar, but this will be really convenient for cars like the Volvo and the Loyale, and I mean heck, maybe even the Oldsmobile or something, just for when I like need a little extra light for nighttime driving, but I don't want to drill holes. Just like that, the car side's done. We have it grounded here to this existing ground. Then over here under this flap, that's where we get our positive from. And then over here is our light bar side. We just got it wired up like this. Probably throw some electrical tape on here just to be safe. And then that'll run over to our light bar and inside to our switch. Like I said though, I don't actually have the light bar yet, so I'll have to wait until I can connect that, but that should take just a few seconds really. I guess I could show you the suction cups that I have. These are just suction cups. They have little pumps on them. When you pump them, they'll pump all the air out, and then they'll stick. And then all they have on top here is just a little mount. I got a bunch of different mounts since I believe this light bar comes with a really low mount, and with the curvature of the roof there, it at least didn't fit on the Crown Vic, so it might fit on this car. And honestly, I might just want to use taller mounts just to make this thing more universally compatible. Yeah, now we wait for the light bar to get here. I just didn't feel like this fit with the vibe of the video. I thought the vibe of the video was road tripping, and working in the shop just didn't fit with that, and I haven't really found anywhere else to put it. So here it is in this video. So now for the last clip, and this is the shortest one. I am addicted to drinking seltzer water. I drink a lot of it. I also love Fresca. So Safeway was doing a good deal. I got a coupon as well from getting vaccinated, and so we went to Safeway with the Oldsmobile and got something like 57 half cases of soda. I can't remember for sure, but it's just really funny. This thing was squatting to the ground. There was no rear suspension left. Probably came up about a foot when I took all the seltzer out of it. But anyways, here's that footage. That shouldn't take too long. Now you might be wondering, did I lower this thing specifically in the back? But no, let me show you what mod I did on this thing. Yeah, we did the seltzer mod, and when your car has suspension this not stiff, it makes a difference. Let's go get this stuff unloaded, and I'll show you where it's normally supposed to ride at. This is going to be more or less impressive than in the car, but there's all the soda and seltzer. If I did my math right, it's just over 1,000 cans. And you do just have to love how big these old American car trunks are. And even though this car is usually floaty, with all that weight in the back, it was even extra floaty than it usually is, because there was like no weight on the front wheels. You're chasing a bee. Here goes your bee, your grasshopper, you better go get it. Here we go, kitty. All right, let's get this thing put back in the garage. And while this was fun, I think next time I will be using the Volvo.
Boy, it sure be funny if there was nothing interesting in this video.
Anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed all these miscellaneous clips, then hit the like button. And if you want to see me work on the Loyale as well as get this thing sold and hopefully eventually get this thing back up and on the road and reliable and safe, then hit the subscribe button. If you wanted to leave any feedback, then leave a comment down below. Again, thanks for watching. I hope I'll see you next week.